Okay, anything you've said no to.
Yeah, I want to know what you'll say no to at this point.
What's the prank that you said, no, I'm not doing this?
Are you asking that because the last video I put on my YouTube channel is actually called 10 Stunts I Backed Out of?
No.
You didn't know that?
Guys, go check out his YouTube channel and turn this podcast off right now.
And,
I just want to know one.
Yeah, well, the one that's well publicized was the toy car up the butt, which I backed out of.
Why? It's a little toy car.
When I told my dad in 2002,
He didn't say no strongly enough?
he said, "Oh no," which was different. I could hear the disappointment in his voice, and I just thought, I can't do that to my dad.
How big a toy car?
Matchbox. We couldn't say Matchbox for...
you wouldn't just put a Matchbox car up your butt?
Yeah.
It started out as a flip phone.
That's a little crazy.
It started out as a flip phone, but that wasn't logistically realistic, so they changed it to a Matchbox car.
Yeah.
And
that's where you said no. You took a hot load,
well,
but not a Hot Wheels.
I probably would have said no to swallowing a hot load in 2002 as well. You got to understand the bar has consistently gone up and up.
Yeah.
Back then, in 2002, the bar was sufficiently low that it was too much.
That's what porn stars often say.
But that is what happens, right? It's like you guys do these things and you have to up it every single time, so you can't do the same pranks. And now you're just putting yourself in potential danger.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, my new tour is it's called the Bucket List Tour, and good God, did I raise the bar for that.
Yeah, we saw the intro. It looks wild.
Yeah, I mean, the intro's not even, like, particularly...
That was crazy.
I mean, it's crazy, and it was expensive, and I love a good
Would you take a dick in the butt?
Oh, man, I don't want to give up my creative... I don't
be serious or not. I got no clue. Would you take a dick in the butt?
Oh, my God.
See, here's the thing about my
No. Let him tell us about his art.
Go, yeah. Tell us.
Here's the thing about my
But tell Alex, because it'll be more fun.
This is so wild. It's not original, though. It's
the thing about my creative plans is that I can be pretty comfortable about leaking them out because
nobody's doing it.
Nobody's fucking stealing my ideas. So
there's a whole community stealing that idea, to be honest with you.
Right. Well, I mean, now I want to sort of paint a picture here, like with the bucket list, right? With the bucket list,
yes.
I got butt ass naked and jacked off with another man strapped to my back in an airplane. Actually managed to simultaneously ejaculate as I was falling out of an airplane at 15,000 feet.
That seems fun.
He came too.
It was that, but he did not come. But
no, that's too much.
This
is fun.
Yeah. I had a medical professional in disguise administer stolen general anesthesia drugs into my arm while I was riding a bicycle. Fucking super illegal, super funny, super awesome. You know, like the
actual question: were you worried about that because you're sober? That's the craziest part of it to me.
Right. It's very
the craziest.
Yeah, bro. This guy's a full-blown addict. He's getting anesthesia.
Right. I mean, most of the ideas on my bucket list were old ones, and this idea for the general anesthesia.
Him doing
bike ride.
General anesthesia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. It's a concern.
Anything that he said.
Yeah.
He ate shit.
No, of this stunt.
You're right.
This stunt.
Yeah.
Well, no, you're right. Like, it's the most concerning thing for me as a sober guy.
Yeah.
But the original idea on the bucket list was to take on trophy hunters, to promote tranquilizer darts. I thought instead of killing animals, these trophy hunters could use tranquilizer darts, not kill them. And so that inspired me to come up with an idea to line up for a foot race with one of my bros. On your mark, get set, they shoot tranquilizer darts into our butt cheeks.
That's hilarious.
And then we sprint for distance.
That's so funny.
That's funny.
And whoever makes it
super funny.
Thank you. Whoever makes it the farthest before
That's so funny.
you know,
Did you do that?
Well, my man Scott Randolph, who's just off camera right over there, I asked him to find somebody who has a tranquilizer dart gun.
Yeah.
And in short order, Scott's good. He tells me, it's like maybe a day or two later, he says, I got a guy in Alabama. And so we get on the phone with the guy in Alabama, and he's like all gung ho. He's like, "Yeah, I got it," you know. But,
Tiger King.
for sure. But I found out that the drug in the darts is ketamine. You know how you hear about ketamine, like horse tranquilizer? You know, they talk about ketamine's horse tranquilizer. That's what it fucking is. Tranquilizer darts are ketamine. And as an addict, I loved ketamine so much. So I'm like, fuck, I can't do it. But I was in this like tug of war because my ambition was now directly at odds with my recovery. And I'm like, I was going crazy. Like, I'm just going to fucking do it anyway. You know? But thank God I didn't. And before I lost my mind, it occurred to me that in sobriety, now 14 years of sobriety,
Amazing.
Since I got clean and sober, I've had untold fucking surgeries, medical procedures that knocked me out, and I've never relapsed after the general anesthesia. So to answer your question, I was concerned about it, but much less so about general anesthesia than ketamine.
Yeah.
Who's the biggest pussy on Jackass? Like, who's the guy that you always got to convince to do shit? He's always complaining. He's always whining.
I'm glad that you're not an instigator. I think that
I love you guys in Jackass. Okay, thank you guys very much for all the entertainment.
It's
You're
comedy,
amazing,
guys. It's shtick.
Yeah.
I think that
YouTube title.
I describe, or I like to think of, like the characters in Jackass kind of like superheroes, in that each guy has his own superpower. You know, like for Knoxville, it's absolutely bulls. That is his superpower.
Bulls?
Bulls. He's just very comfortable in
With
front
the
of
animal bulls.
Yeah, bulls.
Getting like knocked by like in a bull ring. Like a bullfighter, but
So his
He stands in
his
front of
superpower is just
his,
just bulls.
Very specific.
Nothing else he's good at. He hasn't created a business.
That's my superpower.
His superpower is his willingness to stand in front of a bull and let what will be.
The most violent hits you've ever seen, spinning like a rag doll.
I mean, on the last Jackass movie, he stood in front of a bull, got scooped, and sent into a 1.5 rotation flip where he landed on his head. Got a brain hemorrhage, broken rib, broken wrist, and a concussion.
Are you guys worried? Wait, he's brain bred and he
Also a concussion.
He had a brain bleed and a concussion.
Yeah. Are you at all worried about, you guys worried about like CT and shit? Do you think that's what happened to Bam?
Ooh.
I always wondered that it was just concussions and like.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but
Dr. Steve-O. Actually, you used to be.
Thank you. I don't know. I don't know with the BAM situation, and but I'm fucking worried about Knoxville's brain. I have been for. You know, like he's like, if you saw the first Jackass movie when he got knocked out by Butterbean, just the way that he was snoring. When you get knocked out and you're like snoring loudly, like that's not good for your brain. And Knoxville's had way too many of those.
And certain people, they develop CT, and certain people don't for whatever reason.
Right. I asked Tony Hawk.
Tony knows all about this. He was on the pod.
Yeah,
and he was
Tony Hawk.
it down.
He told you about the test you can get. And it's like. There's a test that you can take for like a predisposition to have Alzheimer's disease, and whether or not you have that plays a big factor in whether you're going to develop. So I asked Tony, I was like, well, what the fuck do you do if the test tells you it's kind of late in the game now? Like I don't want to fucking know.
You don't want to know. I'm with you. Yeah, I'd rather not know.
Like when you get to. Like I said, like what was your plan if you were positive for the test?
You got to do that before you get into Jackass.
Because what a shitty spot to be in. Oh yeah, I took the test and
I'm fine. Goodbye, guys. No, I really wondered that when I saw this stuff happen with Bam. And again, like I remember watching the CKY and CKY2K videos, which were phenomenal because they were skate videos, but they were also the prank stuff, and it was just. It was the coolest thing I saw. And this was back and then we're older, but this was back with
How old are
cassette
you?
tapes. I'm 38.
Okay.
So this is cassette tapes,
Sure.
right? So back in our day, it wasn't like, here's this link. It's you
Right.
had to hand your friends a
Right.
fucking cassette tape and be like,
Right.
trust me, you gotta watch this.
And he sold like millions of those.
Those were viral as cassettes.
Yeah,
Right.
going viral back then was super
sure.
hard.
It was unbelievable. There was two things I remember going viral back then. It was the old man in the Winnebagos.
Faces of Death was pretty good.
Also,
I heard about
fuck,
that.
that was the inspiration for half your shit. Right? Like,
Yeah,
the
the
fa-
Old Man in the Winnebago was good. Faces of Death was great.
and it was CKY. And I remember
Yeah.
seeing that group, and that group was fucking hilarious. And then I don't know, something kind of happened where it went from like fun, jovial, silly to a little bit more dark.
On CKY?
No, later in his career.
Right. Yeah.
and I was like,
mean,
oof.
yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. And Bam was so goddamn genius because in the world of skateboarding, even a diehard skateboarder just couldn't sit there and watch an entire hour of
a
nothing
skate
but
video.
skateboard without just going crazy.
Yeah.
Skateboard videos from the beginning needed some kind of comic relief, something to break
Yeah.
up the goddamn monotony of it
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
And I knew I wasn't that great at skateboarding. That was like initially what brought me to the video camera. But I was like, like I'm not gonna be a fucking pro skateboarder. I'm not that good. So I'm just gonna dedicate myself to being that comic relief, to
Yeah.
doing. So I started showing up in skateboard videos, just not skating. And I was looking for the opportunity to be in other people's skate videos. Meanwhile, Bam didn't give up on skateboarding, did all the comic relief, made his own videos,
Yeah.
set up his own distribution.
Yep.
He was so fucking creative,
Yeah.
so talented, so entrepreneurial,
Yeah.
so much younger, better looking, richer. I fucking was so jealous of him.